back to another episode of Sports Fest NFL Audition, Week 16 of 18. We started it off with Yes Jaguar on Tuesday, and Zach Wilson came out and didn't do too much, to be honest. I mean, they got a field goal, so that pretty much tells you how much that bar Zach Wilson is doing. It's been downhill ever since. I mean, I'm pretty sure they lost. They lost one or two while Mr. White was in play as well. But the Jaguars are looking pretty good as of late for a team that I think lost 6 in a row, I believe. And with the Titans losing today, big things for them, big things. I believe they're tied in that playoff spot. Let's give it a quick looky real quickie. 7-8, they're actually in the lead in the AFC South, so 3 in a row. So it's looking pretty, and it's looking like Trevor Lawrence just might be going to his first ever playoff spot, and I don't see any other team from the AFC South going with how the records are looking, unless the Ravens lose out. I don't think there's a scenario, or actually the Chargers could end up losing, but the Chargers have started looking so good too. I don't see that happening neither. I mean, the Dolphins there's a high chance the Dolphins, as I keep saying it, the more I keep realizing there is still a good chance they're going to make it. But Ryan Tannehill, Mr. Tan, is out. I'm pretty sure I heard that he actually played today. I thought there was a situation where, let's look at the game they had real quick, as in the Tannehill Titans. Where is that game? I'm looking at January 1st. Way too ahead, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to keep it under 10 minutes, and we're wasting time out here, ladies. We're wasting time. We always wasting time. Actually, no, he didn't. I don't know why I thought Ryan Tannehill. I don't know. I thought I heard one of them announcers talk about her or bring him up or something. Maybe they were just blabbering. It was number 7. I'm like, I'm confused. I'm like, I don't think they have Ryan Tannehill, but still. Back to the point. That's the other thing. I actually read an article saying that he was probably out for the rest of the season, so I'm messing with myself here, pretty much. Let's get back to the other games. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence has the opportunity to make his first ever playoffs, and it's probably going to be this year. Falcons, Ravens. Desmond Ridder at times, I mean, he didn't look terrible, but he also didn't look great. He didn't look great whatsoever, but he didn't look terrible. With his second game in a row, I'm pretty sure most people saw that he was probably needing to play anyways with some of the shenanigans Marcus Mariota was pulling off. And fantasy-wise, nothing good coming out of their run game, as in running backs. Earlier in the season, it was pretty good because I had Cordell Patterson. Well, I had him in a trade, but he ended up having 2 good games, I think. And then after that, they just added everybody, as in Avery Williams. There's another back, Tyler Algier. There's somebody else as well. Forgetting the other person's name, but Hundley, I think it is. So all that being said, no, not too fun for fantasy. Having 4 fucking running backs, lads. And on other side, as in the Ravens, they got themselves another dub. They just find ways to win, which is a pretty good. This is a team that should have a much better record. They should be one of those teams that probably has 2 losses at most. And one of those was with Hundley They could have easily gone undefeated with Lamar. I've said this a couple of times, so let's back off of it. Gus Edwards carries for 11 carries for 99 yards. J.K. for 59. So yeah, Gus, if you had him in your fantasy lineup, decent, pretty decent. But everybody else, yeah, they ain't doing you no good. I tell you that. Let's get into some others. Like I said, I try to keep it quick, sweet, and whatever. Compared to most podcasts where I ramble like a rambler. Them Lions. How about them Lions? They was looking pretty nice. They have been looking pretty nice. Probably what, 2 losses in the past. I don't know how many freaking games, but there was a time where most of us probably thought Dan Campbell wasn't even gonna stick around. And the Panthers, we thought they were a team that was probably done with too. And yet we are here, and I think they're at top of their division, if I'm not mistaken. I think the Buccaneers are, but let's look at it real quick. 1 game away. So the Bucks, which they have been hot shit, I wouldn't be shookest. That's just regular Google search engine. Which I wouldn't be shocked if they took another L, but I'm not sure on the rest of their schedule. Let's look at the rest of their schedule. They got Cardinals, which they're as bad as them. So I guess they control their destiny. But at one point, I didn't think there'd be 2 teams in this division, this NFC South, that there would be a chance where 2 teams can go and 2 teams can go. With a scenario like what the Lions keep losing and the Packers keep losing as well, and the Seahawks keep losing, which none of them are looking too good. Somehow, some way, there can be 2 NFC fucking shout teams in these playoffs, which I don't know if we want, to be honest. But I don't know. Sometimes it's like that. So yeah, there's a chance one of these 2 teams could be out there playing for a play. Well, they are playing for playoff spots, obviously. But I don't know. I thought the Detroit Lions would probably end up winning this one, but Panthers have been shown they sticking around. Fantasy wise, Shane Zylstra. Where the I mean, I know I've heard the name a couple of times. I know he had a touchdown a while back or so. Not 100 on the situation, but 3 freaking touchdowns. I don't think I'd be shocked if anybody actually was like desperate enough to play dude. If you did, you're just like probably in a 20 fucking fantasy team league or like a 16, 18. I don't know. I don't even know if that's allowed, to be honest. I know 16 is allowed, but I've never heard of a league where they have 18 fucking members. Like a legit just draft, and all that other stuff. I've heard of some like weird fantasy leagues, but you know what I'm trying to say. A regular, normal league. Chiefs Seahawks. Not looking great for them Chiefs. Was this 3 in a row or 2 in a row? There's a chance it's more than 2 or 3 in a row. It's been 3 in a row. Yeah. So Gino and the Tarentinos ain't looking so good as of late. Them Chiefs, majority of their wins haven't been pretty, but they're winning. Travis Kelce, obviously, if you have Travis Kelce, got you some numbers. The rest, Kadarius, I know he got that rushing touchdown, technically considered a rushing touchdown. McKenzie got you a rushing touchdown as well. Not as good compared to the past 2 weeks, but that'll do, I guess. Vikings Giants. The Giants are coming off that, a Monday nighter against the Commanders. I don't know. I feel like the Commanders and Giants are pretty much have been playing for nothing because there's like no fucking way they're gonna make it. The Eagles and the Cowboys are just too damn good. And offensively, defensively, they could lose players here and there, or actually the Eagles have lost a player, specifically a key player, as in their quarterback. And, they almost still pulled it off against them Cowboys. But Vikings, I mean, man, it's crazy how many 1-point games these Vikings have been in, but they always find a way to win. I don't know how much that helps in the playoff situation, but I guess it's good to know that you can, overcome shit. I guess. Uh, but yeah, I don't know if you can be in the playoffs in this situation. I feel like teams are a little bit more stingy and all, and they're just not gonna let shit slide once it comes to playoff time. They ain't gonna let shit slide. But yeah, they probably need to pick it up and start doing a little bit more scoring. Playoffs is right around. It's not around. It's literally weeks away. Bills, Chicago Bears. This game looks, or the number by the numbers, 35-8, 13, looks like it might be closer to a blowout, but it really wasn't. It was a 1 point game. Heading in the third quarter. At one point, the Bears, I believe, had the ball and they could have had the lead, but then everything just went upside down in Fresh Prince style, and nothing looked great for them. Fantasy wise, I've got 100. I'm pretty sure there's one Bill. I know Cooks got the touchdown. Singletary got the touchdown. So running back wise, they did you pretty good. But Justin Fields, if you ended up living and dying by the field, that's what happened to me. Pretty much lived and died. Actually, well, last week he had 25, so that was pretty good. But not as good as when he had that 30 or close to 40-point games. Good times. I remember like it was. I mean, Bears weren't really playing for much. Just as they keep saying, they're playing for pride. That's good for you, but when you get an injury, pride don't fucking matter. I tell you what. Um, Texans, Titans, this game, oh my god. Oh my god. It was just shit football, if I don't say so. Davis Mills, a quarterback that just tried to prove himself, tried to be the guy out of dead, obviously, or it just doesn't look like it. I mean, he looked much better during his first year. Cooks came out, got himself a touchdown. Finally, I think it was 2 touchdowns. And Malik Willis or Wilkins or Willis, whatever. Malik, let's go out Malik. Yeah, man's just he isn't looking as, or I mean, he did kind of somewhat get drafted late anyway, so not looking too great for Malik. Obviously, they're not so they're almost never fucking fantasy relevant unless it's Derrick Henry. But Derrick Henry had himself 2 fumbles, so if he's one of your key players, I don't know how you feel about that. Commanders 49ers. Who are they? The Commanders. Not looking so great to be honest against, but then again, who's looked great against or good against this 49ers team? A legit Super Bowl contender. Um, Down to their third string quarterback, Trey Lance, Jimmy G, and now it's looking purty. Everything's looking purty for them, as in Brock Purdy. It's looking like the best that George Kittle's played in a minute, to be honest. Originally, in the first couple of games, they were using him a little bit more as a blocking help and all, but not no more. That Purdy guy got it down, and he's playing just ball. Plus, you got all the weapons around you. Debo Samuel out, but Ayuk, Joan Johnson, there's somebody else on Misson. And you got Christian McCaffrey. Plus, you got the stacked defense. What do you got to lose? You ain't got nothing to lose. Y'all winning all the time, every time. San Francisco, Kyle Shanahan tank. I tell you what, I could see them winning a couple of playoff games, maybe the whole package. If you don't see that, then you must be a blind man from 2020. Eagles, Cowboys, big game, I believe. Because these two teams are also those teams that are stacked on both sides of the field, on offense and defense. Honestly, the Eagles somewhat did blow it big time with the Miles Sanders. Even after who was it? T.Y. Hilton catch after 30. And then Miles Sanders fumbled it. I believe they still had a chance. And after that, it was pretty much good, bad Eagles. But they didn't have their starting quarterback in this game, so we'll give them a pass real quickie. But they're still one of the better, if not, I mean, it's hard not to say, that they probably are the best team in the NFL when Jalen's out there. Two legit stud wide receivers. Plus, they got Goddard back today. I believe Davis is still out, though, their defender. Let's check if he's back yet. Is it Jordan Davis? One of the scariest freaking defensive players in the NF. I thought it was like, with that and Sue and somebody else. Jordan Davis is back, so yeah. He might have been back for a little bit. I just didn't really notice it. But all around defensively, Eagles team scary. I know Zeke got himself a touchdown. Pollard. I always say Pollard didn't have so much of a great game, so if you were using him as a flex or something, not too great for you. But CD out here got himself 10 for 120, ladies and gentlemen. Man, CD hit this 100%. Can you consider last year's breakout? But 100% this was, if not last year, this is his breakout year. Man's been a demon, to be honest. Then the last game, what a shit show. But then again, fantasy-wise, it wasn't too great for one specific player, Pat Sayamute. Wasn't too. I mean, a touchdown would have helped and made it much better. But 7 for 6, tight end land. That's always in a shit show. Pretty good, I would say so. Deontay Johnson could have had a better game too as well. But Najee was looking like it started off pretty good, but didn't end too well. But still, them Pittsburgh Steelers still found a way to play and win. Man, Derek Carr, like this guy's, you want him to win, and then he shows you that he doesn't want to win. Maybe it's head coach's McDonald. Is it Josh McDaniels? I believe it's Josh McDaniels. If I'm not right, then still, guy probably doesn't deserve for his name to be said correctly. Just the amount of blow-ups and shitty losses they've had this season. Just the last play call, I don't know what the hell that was. Thrown outside instead of inside to Hunter Renfrow, where they still would have had a chance to equalize. Whatever. That game was such a shit show. I was happy that it ended, and I'm pretty sure everybody else was happy that damn game ended anyways. So many different times where Steelers could have gone for it, but that tells you, wow, Mike has been one of the better coaches in I don't know how many fucking years he's been playing. Man's been playing for, coaching for about 20 or some years. I'm not sure if it's 20, but dude doesn't look that old. Dude looks like one of them new coaches. But yeah, Candy Big got to have another dub. Mike trying to get over that 500 again. Try to end at 9-8, and he'll be at that mark and never having under 500. Good for him. Let's look a little bit of. I obviously went overboard when I said I was going to keep it under 10. I went way over 10. But whatever, man. It's podcast life. You do this, it happens sometimes. TJ Hawkinson with that crazy catch on the right side, or was it left side? Got you 35.9, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said about tight ends, when they don't show up, today's not been the worst day, I guess, with George Kittle showing up as another tight end. Not sure if anybody else other than those two. Let's see if another tight end that I didn't notice showed up. Obviously I already talked about Shiny Gilstra, but I don't know who would actually start him. Maybe there is people who out there who started. Maybe I'm wrong about the guy. Well, you got Shaquan, had that last minute touchdown, got you 27.3. Dak Prescott 27.9. I started Fields over Dak, and probably sure most people would too, but whatever. Justin Jefferson, been a king in this game, I'll tell you. Been a king in this game. Got you 31.3, 12 for 133. Oh my god. And you got your touchdown. 16 fucking targets. Man, probably gonna. I never draft wide receivers at the very end, but there's a chance I might end up drafting a wide receiver next year if I'm in the position where I usually do try to go for best player available, and most times the top wide receivers end up leaving anyway. So I'm like, shit, I ain't got no goddamn choice. And this year was kind of like that, kind of. Yeah, that's gonna be it today. Thanks for watching. Sabotage out, ladies and gentlemen. Hit you with a salute and another salute, and thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Bang.